Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 10.29. A little different question we have for today. It's high-low level method and we will learn how to calculate different aspects of this question. But primarily we are responsible to complete our data. Surprisingly, we are doing 10.29, but you can see the performer. It's absolutely same the performer which we have used for the first question. Same performer we are using for 10.29. The first thing which would be calculated over here is your total variance. Total variance would be calculated between actual and applied FOH. So you will write your actual FOH over here and then applied FOH over here. Then you will calculate the variance, which would be the difference of between actual and applied, and finally you will conclude as under or over applied. For that purpose you will be focusing upon applied FOH. If your applied FOH is more than your actual FOH, how would you conclude? If applied is more, it would be considered as over applied, and contrary to that, if applied FOH is less than actual FOH, applied is less, so you will consider it as under applied. The second requirement would be your budget variance. It is also called sparing variance, which is relationship between budget and actual FOH. So you will write your budget FOH over here at first stage, and then budget FOH and actual FOH. Finally, you will calculate its variance by taking the difference of budget and actual FOH. Then we will be concluding it focusing upon actual. So if actual FOH is more than your budget FOH, actual more means uncomfortable you are, so it would be considered as unfavorable. And contrary to that, if actual FOH is less than budget FOH, it would be favorable for you. Why? Actually you are spending less, so conclusion will be favorable. I'm very hopeful that there will not be any need to pressurize your brain for writing this. Third, volume variance, which would be calculated between budget and applied FOH. So you will write budget FOH at first line and applied FOH beside that. Further, you will calculate the variance by taking the difference between budget and applied FOH. And finally, you will conclude by focusing upon budget. If your budget FOH is more than applied FOH, then it would go unfavorable for you. Why? Budget is actual amount which you are going to arrange. So if you are arranging more than that of your thought, it would go unfavorable. And if budget FOH is less than your applied FOH, it would be considered as favorable. So this way you will complete your left page and then you will start your calculation at the right side. For that purpose, the first calculation which you need is to have your actual FOH. Today's question is little different, but even then you will be calculating everything present over here. So actual FOH, and then you will calculate your applied FOH, and third you will be calculating your budget FOH. In the similar way you will calculate your rates as well. But before that we will start reading our question, and some calculations today would little different, so we will calculate them as our first step. Now consider here, first he is talking about his activity level. It's little blur, but I will help you and you will be having your book. The very important thing is factory overhead burden rate of factory is 48 per direct labor hour. What had happened here? Rate total applied FH rate, factory overhead burden rate is factory overhead applied rate, which has already been calculated and it has been mentioned it is 48. So please be attentive. How do we calculate our factory overhead rate? We need to um, have fixed FH rate and variable FH rate both. This was our fourth term. At fourth place, you do calculate your factory overhead or total rate or overall rate you do calculate, and for this you usually add fixed FH rate with variable FH rate. Now what I had said, rate has already been given in the question and that is 48. Rate is already available. So we don't need to have any formula over here. We will directly write 48 upon here. But someone of you would definitely be having in your mind, if we don't have variable FH, several calculation will be incomplete. Because in budget FH, you do use variable FH rate and it's not present in the question. So for that purpose, we will have to read again. If there is any other help, budgeted overhead at two activity level is given as under 150,000 hours. You have your budget 61. For 1 lakh direct labor hours, you have budget expense as 54. That means if you are manufacturing 150,000 hours, if you are working for 150,000 hours, your total expense is 61. And when you are working less number of hours, that means 1 lakh, your expense had become 54. That means decreased. So now from here, what conclusion you will make? That means due to change in labor hours, your expense is going to be changed. It's a very common thing. If you will be working for more hours, your cost will be more. If you will decrease your level of number of working hours, your cost will be decreased. I'm very hopeful someone will recognize this statement. We have already given these sort of statements for so many times. Increase in hour, increase in cost. Decrease in hour, decrease in cost. So if it was a live lecture, I would have been asking this question from you, what it is. Anyhow, this is your variable cost nature. What we understand in variable, if you will increase your number of hours, increase your level of sales, the cost will increase. This is called variable cost. So from here we can calculate our variable rate. But how? For that purpose, we will be writing whatever is given to us is your activity hours, and then you have been given your budget approach. What is said to us, if you will work for 150,000 hours, look at here, it is given 150,000 hours you are working, then 61 lakh 80,000 would be your expense. All right. And then if you will decrease your level of working, level of production from 1,50,000 to 1 lakh, your expense would also be decreased 54 lakh 80,000. So here you will be calculating the difference. If it is variable cost and you will calculate any rate from here, what that rate would be? I'm repeating the question. This is your variable cost by nature. Why? Because we are saying you are decreasing your level of hours, your cost is also decreasing. So when cost is going to be changed, it is variable cost. If you will drive any rate from here, what rate that would be? Hopefully someone of you will give the correct answer. It would be the variable FH rate. It would be variable FH rate. How would you calculate? From 150 to 1 lakh. Initially you were working for 150,000 and then you started working 1 lakh. That means difference or variation in hours were 50,000 hours. And how your cost has been changed? when you were working for 50,000 hours, your cost was 61, and then you have started working for 1 lakh hours, your cost has been decreased from 61 to 54. So here your cost has been arrived, and final conclusion which you will make is due to change in 50,000 hours. Look at this. Due to change in 50,000 hours, your cost is going to be changed by 7 lakh. So now here you can conclude that what change will come for single hour. Again listen, for when you will change 50,000 hours, your cost is going to be changed by 7 lakh. And if you will change one single hour, how much your cost will be altered? Again, it is a very basic phenomena. It is called unitary method, with which you can calculate your fourth amount, which is absent. Here you will start your cross multiplication. 50,000 will be multiplied by x, with which it will happen 50,000 x, and next you will multiply. You have multiplied in this way, cross multiplication you have done. X was multiplied by 50,000 and 7 lakh would be multiplied by 1, that would remain 7 lakh. Next step, x and 50,000 are being multiplied. If you want to take this 50,000 to the right side, it would be divided. So here we have 70,000 and it would be divided by 50,000. And what will be present over here? Just x is equal to. And finally you can calculate the cost. 7 lakh is going to be divided by 50,000. So here you have your cost. Now listen again, what you have done, due to change in R, your cost was being changed. Since it is changed, we can call it variable cost. With the help of this data which is given in the question, since we have decided it's a variable cost, we were able to calculate the rate of change of cost. If cost is changing, the rate which we will be calculating would be the variable rate. So finally we have calculated the variable FH rate has arrived, which is 14. And I hopeful this was the first requirement. Yes, variable burden rate or variable overhead rate, that is 14, and 14 we have calculated. Now let me know how this will help you. We'll go back to our performer, and you can see that 48 was the total FH rate. It was given in the book, it was given in the question, and you have calculated your variable FH rate, which is 14. Alright, so come over here and write fixed FH rate, which is still unknown, and you will be adding variable FH rate, which we have calculated over here, that is 14, and this will be equal to 48, which is total FH rate. Now please let me know, if total rate is 48 and 14 is variable FH rate, so remaining is fixed FH, how would you calculate your fixed FH rate? Here you can see 14 is being added to fixed FH on left side of is equal to. When you will take 14 to the right side of the statement, 14 will be subtracted. 14 at left side is minus. When you will take 14 to the right side, it would be subtracted, with which you can calculate your fixed FH rate here with a little twist. So fixed FH rate would be calculated how? 48, and 14 here was at left side was plus. When you will take this 14 to the right side, it would be subtracted and you will get 14 over here. Okay, hopefully you have an idea how we will be calculating fixed FH rate. And finally your fixed FH rate would be fixed FH rate you will be calculating by subtracting 14 from 48. So your fixed FH rate has also been calculated. Okay. In previous questions, what we were doing, we were calculating fixed FH rate and variable FH rate separately with the help of their formulas. But here in question 48, total applied FH rate was already given in the question. You can see over here. And with this data, which is actually been called high-low level method, where highest point of working 150,000 and lowest point of working 1 lakh direct labor hours. This high-low level data was used to calculate variable FH rate, and we have calculated our variable FH rate with the help of this data. That was 14, and then it was a simple thing. 48 was the total applied FH rate, which was this. It includes two things, variable and fixed rate. Variable rate 14 we have calculated with the help of statement. We have also calculated our fixed FH rate, which is 34. So rates are completed. Next requirement is to calculate your budgeted fixed overhead. Since you can see that fixed FH is not present in the question, and without it you will not be able to calculate your actual budget FH. Alright, for that we have two options. Here you can see old budget FH is given, and there are two old FH. Here you can use any of the option which is provided over here. Please let me know budgeted fixed FH. If you are working for 150,000 or you are working for 1 lakh, at which place your fixed FH will be more? Question is very simple. If you are working for 150,000 here and you are working for 1 lakh, at which stage you will have your budget fixed FH more, either at 150,000 or at 1 lakh? I am very hopeful someone of you will give the correct answer. It is budgeted fixed FH. Either you are working for 150 or you are working for 1 lakh, it would be absolutely same, because fixed FH do not alter, it remains the same. So it means we can use 150 or we can use 1 lakh, that's the same thing. If you will use 1 lakh, budgeted fixed FH would be same. Or if you will use 150,000 hours, fixed FH will also be same. So we can use any hours. Now here, to calculate fixed FH, I would like to ask a question: how do you calculate budgeted FH? For formula, as we know, budget FH is equal to actual hours. We have already written for so many times, actual hours multiplied by variable FH rate, and then you add fixed FH. So for calculation of fixed FH, we have chosen budget FH rate, budget FH formula. Since we are using old hours, you can see over here, I have said you can use 150,000, you can use 1 lakh, because whatever the level of hours is, your fixed FH will be same. So you can use any of these budgeted FH. Let's say we have chosen the first one, 150,000 hours will be used, and budget FH would be 61 lakh 80,000. Here your budget FH is placed at start, and budget FH is written over here 61,80,000. You can write here 61 lakh 80,000, and then is equal to bracket start. Please be focused, we are following this formula. Actual hours which are used over here are 150,000. Please keep it in mind, to calculate your budget FH, to calculate your fixed FH, you will always be using your old hours. These two old hours were given in the question. 150,000, and then you will multiply it with variable FH rate, and here you have calculated variable FH rate as 14. So you multiply it with 14, and then you will be adding fixed FH, which is still unknown, and we are writing this whole formula to calculate our fixed FH. Alright, next mathematically we will solve it. 150,000 is being multiplied by 14. You can get its amount over here, but you want to do 150,000 and it's going to be multiplied with 14. You have got its answer, 2 lakh 21 lakh. Okay, here we have 61 lakh 80,000 is equal to, and we have calculated the answer of this 150,000 multiplied by 14, which is 21 lakh. Put 21 lakh over here and then plus fixed FH. Look, it's a primary school statement. We are just following simply to calculate fixed FH. Now see, fixed FH and 21 lakh. Fixed FH and 21 lakh is being added on right side of is equal to. You want to take this 21 lakh to the left side. Here it is being added. When you will take to the left side, it would be subtracted. So what you will write? 61 lakh 80,000 minus 21 lakh. Okay, and then is equal to fixed FH. So final stage has been arrived. You need to subtract 21 lakh from 61 lakh 80,000. So write down 61 lakh 80,000 minus 21 lakh. 21 lakh. Okay, we'll have to be careful while putting zeros. So 40 lakh 80,000 is our fixed FH. It will put fixed FH has been calculated. Again, it is not accepting, and we'll have to change it. Like we can't use is equal to in Excel because it would be considered as your formula. So we can put bracket over here just to save it. So fixed FH is being calculated, that is 40 lakh 80,000. I'm hopeful it has been asked. So let's see. Budgeted fixed FH second point, and we have calculated 40 lakh 80,000 over here, and answer is also 40 lakh 80,000. Please note it down. And third requirement is budgeted volume. So come over here, we can calculate our third requirement, which is budgeted volume. In this question there are several extra calculation which is needed. Formula is very simple. You will take fixed FH and will divide it by fixed FH rate. Alright, so fixed FH we have calculated is 40 lakh 80,000, and you need to divide it with fixed FH rate. Fixed FH rate we have calculated in our formula. As you can see, this was our calculation where total applied FH rate was 48. How this 48 would come? When we will add fixed and variable. Fixed rate was unknown. We have put variable according to our calculation. There you have calculated 14 as your variable FH rate, and fixed FH rate was calculated as 34. Okay, so to calculate our budget volume, we need to have fixed FH and it would be divided by fixed FH rate, and we have seen that fixed FH rate is calculated as 34. I have shown you. It's time to put this statement on calculator. 40 lakh 80,000 is divided by 34. So we have 1 lakh 20,000. Third requirement was budgeted volume, and this is third requirement. 120,000 is the answer, and we have calculated is 120,000. These are hours or units we have calculated. So three answers are completed. Remaining all answers are traditional and usual. We do calculate according to our format. Applied under over applied volume varies. Let's calculate applied FH as well, but we will use the same format to calculate it. Put it to the right side, and we will go to our format. We will be used to calculate everything. Okay, now come over here. The first thing which we need to put is your actual FH. Read over here. If it is difficult for you to read, you can take reference from the book, but I am reading for you. Actual FH for the period is 51 lakh 60,000. So actual FH is already been provided. So you can write your actual FH directly over here. As I have said, actual FH for the period is 51,60,000. So it usually been given to the in the question 51,60,000. All right. Then we need to calculate our applied FH, and how do we calculate? Actual hours are multiplied by applied FH rate, with which you will be able to calculate your applied FH. Actual hours, look over here, and the factory attains an activity level. The very first word of this paragraph is actual. So both 51 and 110 are actual. 110 are hours, so we have found out actual hours as 110,000. And you need to multiply it with FH applied rate, which is also given in the question. 48 per direct labor factory overhead rate was given, and we have mentioned here as well. You can see 48 was already been given in the book, and we have mentioned over here. So applied FH rate is 48, with which you can calculate your applied FH. On calculator you will write 1,10,000, and it would be multiplied by 48. So applied FH is also calculated. Answer was given 52,80,000. Applied FH you have calculated. It was fourth requirement, and fourth requirement over here you can see 52,80,000, and what we have calculated is also 52,80,000. So applied FH has been calculated. The next requirement we can see is simply the variances, but before that we will calculate our budget FH. How do you calculate budget FH? It has two steps. First step is you will take actual hours, and it would be multiplied by variable FH rate, and then you will add fixed FH. Okay, your actual hours given in the book, as you can see, is 1,10,000. First word was actual, so actual hours are 1,10,000. 1,10,000. It would be multiplied by variable FH rate, which we have calculated over here, 14. Look at that, plus variable, so plus 14. So 14 is variable FH rate, and fixed FH was also calculated through our formula. And here fixed FH requirement number 2. Here requirement number 2 was fixed FH. Fixed FH is calculated 40,80,000. Come to the point, and you need to add 40,80,000 fixed FH. Again I will let you see. Second requirement was budgeted fixed FH, and you have already noted it down. We have calculated for a fixed FH as 40,80,000. The same amount has been posted over here to calculate our budget FH, and that amount is 40,80,000. Here you will calculate answer of first statement, which was 1,10,000 multiplied by 14. Both statements are completed. Now we are open to calculate our budget FH by adding both statements. First statement was answer of first statement, actual hours multiplied by variable FH rate, 15,40,000, and then you will be adding fixed FH, which is 40,80,000. 56,20,000 your budget FH has been arrived. So we are now open to calculate our variances, because to calculate variances we needed actual FH written, then we needed applied FH, it is also been written 52,80,000, then we needed budget FH, it has also been calculated 56,20,000. First variance which we will calculate is total variance. Actual FH is posted over here 51,60,000, and this actual FH was written from book. It was given in the book in question. 51,60,000 would be put over here. and then you need to write applied FH there. Highlighted area, please focus. This was applied FH and we have calculated it. Amount was 52,80,000 put over here. It's time to calculate its variance by subtracting actual and applied FH. So we have applied FH 52,80,000, subtract it actual FH which is 51,60,000. So we have your our total variance. It's time to conclude by focusing applied FH. Applied FH you can see is 52, actual is 51, so applied is more. If applied is more, you can call it over applied total variance, which is 1,20,000. Let's see which number of requirement it was. Fifth number, under or over applied. And fifth number answer, this is your fifth, 1,20,000 over applied. And our answer you can check 1,20,000 and it is over applied. So first problem has been sorted out. Now let's see budget variance is our next calculation. For budget variance you need budget FH first, and here budget FH was calculated. Focus on highlighted area, and budget FH which was calculated 56,20,000 put over here. Second element you need is actual FH, and here you have calculated or written actual FH as 51,60,000. Here actual FH was mentioned and it was given in the book. So you have written your actual FH. It's time to calculate the variance by taking difference between budget and actual FH. So your budget was 56,20,000 and you need to subtract actual FH which is 51,60,000. You have got your variance. It's time to conclude whether it is favorable or unfavorable. You need to focus upon actual FH. Actual FH is 51, budget is 56. So your actual FH is less. If actually you are spending less, it would go in your favor. So it is favorable budget variance, which is 4,60,000. So let's see what is in the book. Our sixth requirement was budget variance or spending variance, the same thing, sixth requirement. So our sixth requirement, no, it's the seventh requirement. You can see, please excuse, seventh requirement spending variance, and seventh requirement over here is 4,60,000 which is favorable. You can see over here 4,60,000 and it is favorable. Again another answer has been checked out. Last we need to calculate our volume variance. For this you need your budget FH, and here you have calculated your budget FH. Let me take this aside. This is your, you were needed to write down here budget FH. This was your budget FH, and how much you have calculated is 56,20,000 put over here, and then you need to have applied FH. This was your applied FH, and by putting the formula you have calculated, which is 52,80,000 put over here. It's time to calculate its variance by taking difference of budget and applied. Your budget FH, applied FH was 52,80,000 and you need to subtract budget FH which is 56,20,000. So you have calculated 52. Okay, we actually want to avoid the minus sign. So what you will do, 56,20,000 your budget FH, and you will subtract your applied FH which is 52,80. So you have got 3,40,000 as your volume variance. Time to calculate conclusion. We will be focusing upon budget. Our budget is 56, applied is 52, budget is more, which will not be in our favor. So we will conclude as unfavorable volume variance, which is 3,40,000. Let it be checked. Your volume variance was on number 6. Number 6, 340, and our answer is 340. It is unfavorable. It is unfavorable. So all answers have been calculated and checked. And I need to see it again. every answer is important, so you need to see it. Here was the very first requirement was variable FH rate. First number variable FH rate, which was 14, and you have calculated over here variable FH rate 14. Then budgeted fixed FH, you have calculated over here fixed FH 40 lakh 80,000. Here second requirement 40 lakh 80,000 fixed FH was calculated. Budgeted volume, again you will go downwards. There you have calculated third requirement budgeted volume, which is 1,20,000. Budgeted volume third requirement. Here answer third requirement 1,20,000 and we have calculated 1,20,000. Alright. Next applied FH was required. So you will be going over here and see we have calculated all of our requirements according to question. So what we have seen, applied FH was calculated as 52 lakh 80,000 and here fourth requirement was applied FH and fourth requirement is 52 lakh 80,000 and you have calculated applied FH as 52 lakh 80,000. So you can see that applied FH is being calculated under over applied variance. So we will go to the left page and we have calculated all the variance over here. So we will see answers as well so that you can understand where is calculated which of the element. Total variance, fifth requirement was under over applied and fifth requirement is over here 1,20,000 over applied, 1,20,000 over applied. Then we have sixth volume variance. This is your sixth answer 3,40,000 and sixth answer volume variance 3,40,000 unfavorable over here. Then finally seventh answer spending variance, seventh answer 4,60,000. Here is your 4,60,000 favorable and it is also written favorable over here. So thankfully all answer without any break, without any interruption, without any rectification, without any reconciliation, all answers are calculated. Thankfully we have completed question number 10.29 and I'm very hopeful that you have enjoyed like I was enjoying it and you have understood each and every step. But here I'm requesting you, even solution is available, I'm humbly asking you to repeat this question 3-4 times at least. Make it memorize it in a very strong way, just suggesting. And 10.29 has been completed. Hopefully we will be meeting again for the solution of any other question. Up till then, please take care of yourself. If you have any query, you can message, text and directly ask your question. I will try to be answerable instantly. Up till then, please take care of yourself. And I'm requesting you to pray for me as well. It's time to say goodbye. Thank you very much for your time. Allah Hafiz.